We have Jeff Scarda talking about his Sap Spy, which is a remote monitoring system. And we'll just let Jeff go into it. Jeff, you've got as much time as you need. Thank you.
All right, does everybody hear me? I'll assume so. Good morning, Wisconsin maple syrup producers. My name is Jeff Scarda, and like you, I am also a Wisconsin maple syrup producer. I'm here today to introduce you to Sap Spy, a simple and affordable remote monitoring device to give you peace of mind so you always know the status of your sugar bush. This is a great option for those from a few hundred taps to several thousand taps, especially for many of the woods here in Wisconsin where that may be a remote woods for you. We'll be covering 3 key points today. First, we'll talk about the hardware of Sap Spy. What does it do? Next, we'll give you a quick demonstration of the web app and how you interface with the device. And finally, I'll cover some of the most common questions that people have when we talk about Sap Spy. So Sap Spy is an all-in-one device. This one device will measure vacuum, tank level, temperature, and is also cellular connected. To measure vacuum, it's a simple 5/16 port on the bottom of the device. This is typically connected to right at the releaser or the wood side of the releaser. This allows you to know that your vacuum pump is on and working properly, that your releaser is also working properly, and that the vacuum at your woods is at its peak performance. Kind of gives you peace of mind knowing that your vacuum is working properly. Next is a tank level sensor. That's a simple sensor that plugs into the bottom of the device here. That sensor is on a 15-foot long cable, so it makes it very easy for somebody to mount it above a tank on a small device. It does include a bracket, so you can clamp that on to any object over your tank, and you can adjust this, clamp that down, so you have this right above your tank. This measures how far that sap is away from the sensor, so you know how full your tank is throughout the day. It also has levels on there to make it very quick and easy, tool-free to set this sensor up above your tank. The next piece, it also has a temperature sensor on it as well. So you always know how cold or how warm is your woods. You can plot this data over time. So you can see how cold is it in, did it get in the woods last night? How warm is it right now? Should my vacuum pump be running right now with that temperature sensor? The next piece, it is cellular connected. So great for options where the woods is remote. You may not have Wi-Fi, and that cellular connected piece is all part of Sap Spy. So you don't have to worry about a SIM card or working with your cell phone company to activate it. That is all included, part of the device. You simply have to turn it on, connect your vacuum line, connect your tank level sensor, and you're good to go. Cellular connectivity is all part of the device. As far as power, so this device has an internal rechargeable battery. So if you don't have power right at your tank, this device still works fine. Does not require power. In that mode, internal battery will last about 2 to 4 weeks without recharging completely by itself. When it does not have power, it'll take readings every 5 minutes and then makes those readings available on your phone, on a web page every 20 minutes. So pretty active readings. To recharge this device, or if you have power, is as simple as having this cable, which is included. This cable will plug in right in the bottom of the device. You can secure it. It'll rotate in there. So it'll screw on, and that cable will be nice and secure. And it's a standard. If you look at this, it's a standard USB cable. So quick, if you have a wall charger, you can plug it in there. A great option to recharge it, maybe mid-season, give it a full charge again. I drill holes with my DeWalt drills. If you have Milwaukee, most drill companies will have a USB adapter. So this can also just plug right into this USB adapter to give it a full charge as well. Same thing with any cell phone battery pack, pretty common. A couple new options we have this year. We also have 12-volt DC. So this can go right on a 12-volt DC battery, keep the thing charged, obviously for the whole entire season, and very similar to that cable, just plug in right on the bottom. That'll keep it on all season long. as well as an option for a solar panel. So if you don't want to lug around a battery, you lug it out to your woods. Maybe you don't have a battery yet that you could spare. A solar panel is another option. This solar panel will give it a full charge in about one day of reasonable sun. So that's the hardware piece of it. The Sap Spy sensor hub will do vacuum, tank level, temperature, and it's cellular connected. Now I'll give you a quick demonstration of what that web app looks like. How do you interface with it? Easier to show on the web page, but all of this is also available from a mobile device that you can see there. But let me share my desktop here and I'll walk you through the web app. Looks like, can you present me the sharing my screen? If not, I could probably do it from my phone. All right. Let me just get the right screen here. All right, for the web app, hopefully you guys see my screen here now. From the web app, you can go to sapspy.com. The first time you're here, you simply just log into the page. Once you're logged in, then you can, all your devices, you only log in once, it'll remember who you are. From here, if you have multiple woods, multiple devices in different woods, you can see all the different woods that you might have. Here you can either plot the data or see device settings. This is one particular device I had sitting outside. So I'll plot that data. And so this will see what is that vacuum level doing over time, what is the tank level doing over time, and what temperature is. Obviously sap's not flowing, so I don't have much of a vacuum or a tank chart to show you. But from a temperature, this device was sitting outside. So here in Appleton, it's about 20, got the as low as 25 degrees last night. And it's about hovering right around 32 degrees right now. So you can plot that data from 1 hour up to 2 weeks. You can choose your time range to plot that data over time. I can jump back to my dashboard. Here, I can also see if I go to the demo here, if we go device settings, we can call that device anything you want to call it. We can see what the battery charge is. This area, if the device does have power from either USB port, solar panel, or 12 volt DC, we can take readings on demand. So I can read the temperature, I can read the vacuum, I can read the tank level, I can see is it powered or not. And you can do this as often as you want throughout the day. It'll also do the take readings and store that information every 5 minutes. And you can do that as well on demand. This area of the app, you can enter phone numbers for text alerts. So here, this is my phone number for sending a text alert. Maybe you have a brother, coworker, maybe a neighbor that also checks on the woods. When you're at work, maybe he's taking care of the operation. You can have multiple phone numbers here and it'll text all 3 numbers. You can configure alerts for loss of power. So maybe you're on a generator, you wanna know when the generator turned off. You can text for loss of power. You can turn on and off alerts for loss of vacuum. So in this case, when it falls below 12 inches, it'll send me a text alert. For a tank alert, when it gets above 80%, it'll send me a text alert for that. And in this final area here is where you calibrate your tank level sensor to be 0 to 100%. And then back on the dashboard, I get those readings every 5 minutes. So that was the quick web app. Like I said, it's also available from a mobile device. So either iPhone, Android, any mobile device, very same interface that you see there. You go back to video. Now I'll give you a quick demonstration of what that texting looks like. So in this setup, you can just barely see it there in my video. I do have a tank level sensor mounted to the table here. If I take readings on that sensor, right now it's measuring all the way to the floor. So it thinks the tank is empty. If I place this box in front of it, right? So now the tank is full. I'm going to ask it to take readings. It'll do this either way every 5 minutes. So it just took readings, and now I'll receive a text alert to say that tank is full. So now I know immediately that my tank is full and I need to go empty that soon. Same thing happens for loss of vacuum, loss of power. So you don't always have to monitor that web page. You also, once you get comfortable with it, you're just looking for the text alert. So when you know when the woods needs your attention. One of the most common questions I receive is, I have not great service in my woods. Is it going to work for me? The first thing I'll comment is, this is different technology than your cell phone. Your cell phone needs to stream YouTube, go to Facebook, watch ESPN, high bandwidth video type content. That reduces its range and how well it can be used. Secondly, the antenna of a cell phone is like the size of a paperclip. It's really small, which reduces its range. The antenna is literally the entire face of this device is the antenna. And it also works off different technology. Yes, it does connect to a cell tower, but it uses a different technology than what your cell phone does. So that greatly improves its range. The data it sends is less than a text message. So it can use different technology that really increases its coverage. Finally, there's a lot of factors that go into cellular connectivity. If there's any concern, bring out to your woods, unable to connect, happy to give a refund as well in that scenario. That's one of the most common questions. Now let's open it up to the audience if you guys have any other questions.
Came in, they kind of relate to each other, I guess. The question was, what cellular networks does your system work with? What kind of a service package and
Yeah.
estimated cost? I know some systems that are out there require, many different parts and pieces to it. So how does that work for your, what's an estimated cost for, specific
great
size
question.
woods?
Yep. So the cellular connectivity that it uses today is through AT&T. So if AT&T coverage, that's where it works through. Once again, you don't have to deal with that. That's all included. That's all something I handle on my end, just to make it super simple for you. Cost-wise, the first year is included, so it's all included in the device. Cost of the device is $895. That first year of cellular coverage is included in that device. Future years will be $50 per device in future years. And it's for the entire season as well.
Okay, so the other question was, what distance will it cover? Now, is each unit has its own sender in it, correct? So they would all have cellular, so you don't have to worry about a sensor that's too far away in the back of the woods or too far away from the sugar house?
Yeah, what we're focused on to start is an all-in-one device that's really doing the core of the woods, which is, do I have vacuum? How full is my tank? Is my vacuum pump running? So typically one device per collection tank. There is development that we'll have in future years for remote sensors as well that would talk back to this one, but that will be for available in future years. So if you have a woods maybe with 2 tanks, you'd want 2 of these, and they both independently talk out to the cellular cell tower.
So how far
Really great
away
solution.
can that be?
From the cell tower? I can get back to that person. I don't have good information on how far
From
the cell
the
tower can be away. You can be anywhere you want. Like I can have this at my sugar bush sitting in Green Bay. I live in Appleton, and I can view that data from anywhere. You can be on a beach in Florida and see your data from your sugar bush.
Okay, there was a little confusion here in the room, but I think we got it figured out now. Thank you. A
Yeah.
very good presentation, Jeff. Thanks a lot. Oh,
Yep.
there is one
Thank
more
you very much.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does $895 cover everything, hardware and mobile? And I think you said yes for the first year, but you can
For
expand
the
on
first
that.
year, yeah, for the first year, $895 covers this main device. It does provide the cable for USB charging along with a tank level sensor. So that core functionality, everything you need that first year is included, including that cellular coverage piece is all part of that device that first year. Future years would be that $50 subscription fee for that entire season. So that would activate the device. Right now, planning on January through probably end of April is when that device would be active. I'll put my contact information
Sounds
too in the
good. Maybe we'll
chat.
clarify that it's not $8.95.
No.
But also someone asked where to get it, and we just posted that on the chat room. But maybe if you want to talk a little more about your website and how they can find it, if
Yeah.
you have dealers or anything.
Yeah, so right now it's mostly direct to the customers. I really like that approach. One thing I miss about the in-person trade show is being able to talk to all your different producers out there, understand different setups that you might have. So feel free, reach out, email, give me a phone call sometime today, or even tomorrow, sometime in the next couple weeks. Feel free to reach out. We can understand your woods a little bit more, figure out what works best for you, and answer any additional questions that you might have.
All right. Thank you very much.